Hey, what's up, 259? Just back with Bob today. Bob Hall. He's actually a teacher. We're going to check his qualifications today. So, Bob, what are you, teacher wise?
I'm a woodworking construction teacher at Wichita Heights, department chair over our department of welding, photo imaging, and construction and woodworking.
Okay. So, you're over all those classes. Is that correct?
Yes.
How do you, as the chair, bring those together to kind of, because you're for trades. Is that
Yep.
correct?
It's basic trades. Basically, I'm in charge of making sure that those programs are being built and built the right way and are productive and successful for the students to be able to correlate that into their future. Yeah.
What are the issues with, getting trades to be something a student looks into for the future?
Just some of the issues is just got to have enough excitement, getting those kids interested in those areas, whether it be photo imaging or welding or construction, and then getting the knowledge out there to them, because a lot of kids just don't know that that's an option for them. And so we just try to get them interested enough to get in and try it and see if they'll like it.
Now, you've worked pretty close with us, our department, the Millings department, with the service center in the past. Can you explain briefly what your side of that program is?
Okay, so our work-based learning program is what it's called. And what I do is I facilitate the students. So I put them through an intro course and then get them set up to do some higher learning here at the service center with Dustin and Kyle. And that way they're getting real work experience, or what we would call real world experience, to help them so that if they choose that career, they know what they're getting into and what it's about. So.
And on a side note, who of the students said their favorite person out here at the service center is?
I would say it varies,
but mostly it's me, right?
It's pretty much you, yes. I think they enjoy a lot of the guys here.
Yeah. But me the most.
You the most.
I just want that to be.
I will give you that. You the most. Sorry, guys.
Out of everything we learned today from you, I just want everyone to know that I'm the favorite everywhere. Okay, so you teach. You started teaching at Heights doing what?
I started there with their woodworking and construction. I was brought in to revamp the programs, bring them up to speed, which correlated into a relationship with the service center guys on trying to put in a production cabinet shop in the woodworking side of it. So
why production cabinetry?
I spent 10 years in the field doing residential and commercial, and the idea of basic woodworking is great for intro classes, but when you're talking about careers and futures for these kids on the woodworking side of things, cabinets is really where the money correlates. So if we can teach these kids how to build them, we can give them a future, maybe open up their own business doing it. At the same time, we have a lot of opportunities here in Wichita to work at cabinet factories, including maybe even offering them a job at the service center now that they've seen what they've had to do. So,
okay. And I want to apologize. We're having to film this in a different location today. The shop's really loud, so you're gonna hear distractions. Like, for instance, that was Bronson, who rudely came in and interrupted the show. So rude. And here he has to show his face. Yes, he's in love with himself, aren't you, Bronson? He's still single.
He's top 3.
Because he's dating himself.
He's top 3.
He's top 3. There's only 3 of us.
I know.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Top 3, always top 3.
Top 3.
Always. If you ask the kids, they're going to tell you top 3.
Second interruption is by Nick. Nick, are you also in love with yourself?
Are you in the squad room?
Well, it's loud out there.
Turn everything off.
No, we can't do that. We got in trouble. So anyway, Bob, now that you're the chair, you're over basically all the trades at Heights.
Yes.
What is your goal of what you're trying to implement now?
I want to build the programs there to where it's something that Heights High School can be proud of and the district can be proud of.
Can I be proud of it?
And you, I mean, even you, Dustin.
I have very
And
low
expand.
standards.
We want to expand on the service center stuff, you know, in the weld shops, things like that, getting them out here and letting the kids get real world
Mhm.
experience in those too. So,
When you say expand, what event kind of can you tell briefly? We've talked about a little bit, but that event is pretty special. I think it was pretty cool. With the table for the county.
yeah. So we did with partnership with the Service Center and Heights High School. We did Sedgwick County Courthouse Commissioners conference table, which was awesome. You guys did a fantastic job on finishing that thing up. We kind of were just the kickstart of it,
Mhm.
and Dustin and Kyle really took that thing and ran with it, and the product was awesome. I mean,
well, and who was at that event?
we had all the county commissioners there. The news, Channel 12 News.
Channel 12
was
News.
pretty cool.
My competition, I guess. That was really cool. And it turned out to be way bigger than we thought it was going to be. We just thought it was going to one representative and we'd turn over the table, but it turned out to be a pretty big deal.
It was kind of cool to see all those guys be a part of what we're trying to do here and celebrate it.
Why do you think that is more important right now, more than ever, as an employee of USD 259, an employee at Heights, to think outside of the box and get other members of the community involved?
One of the big things is like, you know, I could hit on a couple factors there. Right now in our district, you know, we were dealing with a budget deficit.
Mhm.
So it was another way at tapping into our resources and making things available for students to see some success with what we already have. You know, like these guys are here. They're a great resource for our kids.
Some of us.
Yeah, some of you. I don't know about Dixon, but no, I'm just kidding.
Dixon's my little buddy. So yeah, he's great.
Pineapple's great.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then the other aspect of it was to get people involved with what we're doing and really showcase that we're not just teaching kids in a classroom and sending them out to the world. We want companies to see what we're doing so that they know that the students that are coming through our program are prepared for whatever. You know, if they offer them a cabinet job, they know that they're coming from a good place and the district can be proud of it because they can say that they came from 259. We deal with a lot of negative things that are put out there about, you know, the district at times. And so some positive things coming out to show the community that we are involved with trying to make sure that these kids are successful. Those positive things are great and great for the kids. Something for them to be proud of, you know.
What's something that you want to tell the parents to build enthusiasm for getting their kids in trades classes?
I think that most parents, you know, even me, you know, I'm a parent. I have 4 daughters. I make them take the trades classes because they correlate, even if it's not their career, it correlates into their lives, you know. If they're building a house or, you know, even any little maintenance problem they're having, they'll have an idea of what time and what that takes to do. And so they'll be able to understand, like, when they pay somebody to do it, why is it costing me this much? Or why is it costing me this much? It shouldn't cost me this much, you know? So it kind of protects them from those kind of things. The same end of that, you know, they'll be able to handle some of those things too.
Yeah.
And it'll save them money in the long run. It also affects the communities they live in. I mean, if you're knowledgeable enough to take care of those things, then it kind of keeps our communities nicer because they're more apt to maintain housing and things like that might get run down or something if they understand how to fix it. So in turn, I mean, it beautifies our communities too. It takes care of our communities, helps teach those kids what that looks like. So,
And I don't know, because I only teach when the student comes, but would you say that the majority of students in your class, is there some, do they struggle with lack of guidance or direction?
a lot of the kids that come through mine, they don't necessarily have plans for going into a 4-year college. You know, they're not wanting to be doctors and lawyers and things like that. They enjoy the hands-on stuff. They enjoy the woodworking stuff. And then I get another group of them that come through. They didn't even know they liked it before they got there. They just tried it because it was a class, it was an elective, and they needed it. And then all of a sudden, they're making careers out of it.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of kids that don't focus on their curriculum so much or what their grades are. They might be failing 5 other classes, but they're ace in mine because that's what they were meant to do in the first place. So
would you say that encouraging trades to parents, students, people that are over in positions of power at USD 259, even local businesses, should do more to encourage trades education?
Absolutely. I mean, our country's facing a shortfall of just carpenters, HVAC guys, electricians, welders, things like that, where we can't fill those positions. And so it is our future. And, you know, being able to fill those and unfortunately, and fortunately for my kids, those trades are going to be what makes the money. You know, they'll make as much as a doctor or a nurse or somebody that went 4 years to school for it. And then going back on your last question, something that hit me on that was those kids that we get in those classes that suffer in those other classrooms. They'll get down there and find out that is their future, and then all of a sudden, those other classrooms, their grades shoot up because they realized that this is what they want to do, and they want to go to trade school for it. So they fix the other thing. So kind of plays hand in hand, trying, some of those kids turn in that corner, understanding that, they do have a future in it. So.
And that's one thing I really wanted to get home, because I'm all about practical, using these things for practical use. Not only do some kids not have the mind or let's say the desire to pursue curricular education or a 4-year college, but they may not have the finances. Is that something that you see at Heights?
Yeah, we see it a lot where kids just can't afford things. We have some programs in place to allow them to go and take some of those trade classes. I also do adjunct teacher for Wichita's WSU Tech. Adjunct, which is like I teach college classes at the high school level in the construction program that I run. And we're working on trying to gear that towards some cabinet making as well.
Yeah.
And then our welding does it as well. But it's just, and those are free credit hours where the kids get to take them for free, where the district set it up for the most part. And just getting ahead of it, so that when they get out of our programs, they might have a year and a half left of trade school, which is cost reduction for them going into those college programs. So at the college level. So
that's nice that you do that.
Yeah. And so
we must be pretty desperate to have you do that.
Well, I don't know about desperate. I would say, I don't know how to put that. I would say, I don't know if, they're desperate if they hired me for sure.
No, you're a good teacher. The students that come here, they love you. So would you say that when a student is going through school and talking to the counselors and the teachers and they just don't have a direction, should USD 259 be kind of gearing more students towards trades? Because in your opinion, are trades more for everyone, for the common man? What would you say?
I have a really good answer for that.
Yeah.
80% of the clientele that we have is geared toward the trades. 20%, I would say, is geared toward 4-year college degrees. And dealing with the student base every day, I talk to these kids. I get their interests. I build relationships with them, and I know that a ton of these kids don't want to go to a 4-year college.
Yeah.
They have no desire. So trades is where they're at, and they know that that's where the money is when they leave high school. And in Wichita, like 80% of these kids are going into those workforces, and it's trade workforces. It's not those upper level ones. And we're very blessed to have some great programs in place for those upper level kids. But the reality is yeah, we probably should focus a little bit more on the trades.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to say that because I'm a trades guy. So
I
take all the support we want. But
I agree.
At the same time, yeah, I do agree with it. We do need to build that workforce up in Wichita.
Yeah.
We have a lot of great companies here in town that support some of our programs. And I do a lot of advisory meetings with them to get kind of their input on what they're needing and what they're wanting out of our kids. And yeah, we're just lacking in it, and gearing toward it would definitely help those kids be future ready. So
I believe that we should play to our strengths. We may not like be the tech capital of the world or the finance capital, but we could do something really important, and that's just start turning out kids who are career focused, ready to go right out of high school, contributing immediately.
yes.
And I think that trades education is pivotal, and that's scary to think that you're pivotal in that, Bob. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Are you afraid?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
If they don't like me, I'll just go back to industry.
You're likable. You're a likable guy. So I really appreciate you coming in, Bob, and giving some of your time, educating us more on the benefits of trades education, because you see it both outside the school when you were doing building.
Mhm.
Are your buildings still standing? Are your structures still standing? Or are they
Yeah,
falling apart?
I was very blessed to be a part of some pretty
So you know what you're doing.
pretty
then.
awesome projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to do Applebee's headquarters in Olathe, Kansas, and
Yeah.
I did a hospital wing in Lawrence, Kansas.
Which
and
wing?
It was the delivery wing.
Delivery. What'd they deliver?
Babies.
Oh, yeah,
babies.
that makes
I hope
sense.
that's it.
You helped deliver baby. You're like a doctor.
No, I didn't
Oh.
help deliver them, but if they asked me to, I might have tried. I mean, it would have been an experience. I don't know if I was qualified for it, but it definitely would have been an experience.
That would have been an experience, that's for sure.
I watched them. So I got 4 kids, so I've watched it. I mean, being a part of it would, yeah, maybe you're right. I would.
Yeah, I would not
I'm good.
want my pregnant wife in your hand. No offense, but yeah, you can build our doghouse or something.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I'll take care of that part of it.
Anything else you want to add to really drive home your goal for trades education and for Heights?
I want more of our businesses to be involved, come in and help us in the classroom, get your guys in, help with teaching some of this stuff. Because there's things that a teacher can't teach.
Like what?
Like, for example, the experience in the field is not the experience out of a book. So being able to come in and just help with like electrical or HVAC or things like that, real world experience stuff, get into the classrooms, obviously we have problems with funding sometimes. Donate to those programs. If these companies want these kids in their programs or in their companies when they leave here, that takes time, effort, and money.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got plenty of people to do the time and the effort. We just need some funding to help push that along. So
I think what, Bob, you're saying is parents, get involved if you want your child to have good direction, practical direction for something they could start immediately. Get involved with trades education at school. Local businesses, do the same. If you're in need of good help for the future, get involved with trades education, because you'll be getting the cream of the crop of those students. School advisors, whatever. Let's really start getting involved in trades education, from carpentry, electrical, nursing, whatever it is. Go to Heights and talk to Bob or talk to the principal. Come over here to the service center, talk to us. We love getting with the community and discussing these things. Also, if you have an idea of something that our show could go and do, spend some time doing some sort of trade type work, let us know in the comments. I think that's about it, Bob. Anything you wanted to add?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay, good, because we're tired of having Bob here.
Yeah,
We have
I need
work to do.
I have work to do. I got to
Yeah.
get back to work.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. Let me leave you with one final thing, one final thought. Don't be a Bronson.
Be a beautiful Bronson. Well,
It's not stopping, so this, whatever you guys are saying, is actually being recorded.